Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lamar Jackson disputes Troy Aikman's trademark bid for number 8. Reigning NFL MVP Lamar Jackson is challenging Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman's use of their shared number 8 in a U.S. Patent and Trademark Office complaint, according to federal records. Jackson, who owns or has applied for several trademarks using the number in various phrases, says Aikman's attempt to use 8 on apparel and bags would be likely to cause confusion, or cause mistake, or to deceive the purchasing public as to whether they're buying products from Jackson or Aikman's company, Jackson's attorney said in July 9 filings. Jackson has expended considerable time, effort, and expense in promoting, advertising, and popularizing the number 8 in connection with his personality and fame and is well known by this number due to his notoriety and fame, along with his promotion of this number in his trademarks and in media coverage, according to the appeals. The Baltimore Ravens quarterback, through his attorney, has filed 2 appeals to the Trademark Office against FL 101, a company that lists Aikman as one of its directors in SEC filings, targeting its use of 8 on apparel and bags. FL 101 is listed as the owner of 9 trademark applications for the use of 8 on a variety of consumer products, including beer, beach towels, and energy drinks. Messages left with FL 101's attorneys were not immediately returned to ESPN. Jackson's attorney did not immediately respond to questions sent by ESPN to her email. Jackson and Aikman wore the number 8 for the entirety of their professional careers. Aikman wore number 8 in college at UCLA and Jackson wore the number at Louisville. Aikman played 12 seasons as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback and is now a Monday Night Football analyst for ESPN. Jackson has applied for trademarks on multiple usages of the number 8, including Era 8 by Lamar Jackson, Era 8, U8 Yet, and a logo of a stylized wild dog over a shield with 2018 Era 8 by Lamar Jackson 2018 around the dog. Jackson's attorney says his trademarks of these sayings using the number were registered before Aikman's 8 and that the products from Aikman's company are highly similar in sound, appearance, connotation, and commercial impression to Jackson's trademarks. Some of the instant reaction is, like, how can you own a number? Christine Farley, a law professor and intellectual property expert at American University, said, "The truth is you can own almost anything you think of as a trademark. You can own a smell. You can own a sound. You can own a single color. You can own a single number. A trademark's look can make a difference in a filing and an appeal," Farley said, "and there are different categories of use." The USPTO has 9,996 live registered or pending trademarks including the word 8 and 1,801 live registered or pending trademarks containing the numeral 8, according to its database. Farley said the attorneys for Aikman's company might argue consumers would not be confused by the presence of a number when it comes to purchasing a product. A response from FL 101 is due to the Federal Trademark Office by August 18, according to federal records. Jackson and Aikman are not the only famous number 8s. In football, Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young also wore the digit. In other sports, Hall of Fame baseball players Cal Ripken Jr., Yogi Berra, and Carl Yastrzemski along with basketball Hall of Famers Kobe Bryant and Walt Bellamy had the number on their jerseys, as has Washington Capitals star Alex Ovechkin. Cowboys news: how Ceedee Lamb will try to top a spectacular 2023. The Dallas Cowboys staff writers give their thoughts on how Ceedee Lamb can top a spectacular 2023 season this year. Mickey Spagnola, not only maintaining a modicum of consistency, seeing he has produced 3 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons and missing a 4th straight by 65 yards his rookie season, but striving to improve. Understand Ceedee set the franchise single-season records with 135 receptions, led the NFL, and 1,749 receiving yards, and this might be nitpicking, but he did have 5 games in 2023 with season lows of 4 receptions. Don't allow that to happen no matter if defenses are tilting his way. Also keep those touchdown receptions rising, having done so in his 4 seasons with 5, 6, 9, and 12 receiving TDs. The bar is high for sure, but the great ones keep the bar moving on up. Kyle Humans, there's only one thing left to do for one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, win the AP Offensive Player of the Year award. Last year, he finished third in the awards voting, behind only San Francisco's Christian McCaffrey and Miami's Tyreek Hill. Lamb's historic 2023 season was full of incredible moments and plenty of stats. However, it won't be impossible to overcome. He's seen an improvement in each of the major categories, setting career highs in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns during each of his NFL seasons. That's a streak that will inevitably come to an end. But if he can continue it for one more season, he'll establish himself as the best in the league. Patrick Walker, more, is what he can do. Allow me to explain. I realize there are some who'll say more here means less elsewhere in the offense, and that's fair, but there is no reason to suddenly begin scaling back on Lamb intentionally. If it happens organically by virtue of triple teams that open up Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, Jalen Tolbert / Jalen Brooks / Kavonde Turpin and opportunities in the run game, so be it. But nothing would infuriate me more than finally finding the skeleton key to making Lamb arguably the best wideout in the league only to intentionally get away from targeting him heavily. He's now shown he can play all 3 WR roles and make big plays is what he excels at, but also in doing some dirty work in blocking for others downfield. Keep this party going, I say, and all Lamb needs to do is make sure consistency remains a thing going forward. Which Cowboys superstar is most likely to leave after 2024? The biggest storyline for the Dallas Cowboys heading into this season has nothing to do with on-field things. Instead, there is a heavy focus on some of the Cowboys' stars' contracts going into 2024. Past that, there is also a focus on some key players' futures in regard to retirement, like in the case of All-Pro Zach Martin. At quarterback, you've got Dak Prescott heading into the final year of his deal. The reigning runner-up for the MVP award will demand upwards of $60 million if he hits the open market. Opposite to him, his number 1 target and fellow All-Pro, Ceedee Lamb, is actively holding out for a contract himself. Last night, a friend asked me if any of the Cowboys' big 3 that need new contracts were to be traded, which one would it be? The answer is one I have seen from a lot of fans. While, logically, trading Ceedee Lamb or letting Prescott walk is the most likely, my gut is telling me Micah Parsons could actually be the guy to go. For what seems like forever now, we have heard rumblings of the Cowboys' growing impatience with the superstar. Could that all just be noise? Of course, and even if it weren't, that doesn't mean they would look to shop one of the best defensive players in the entire league. In my eyes, it means this is a situation to closely monitor. The star players' contracts are going to start on the offensive side, likely with Prescott and then trying to work out a deal with Lamb. If both contracts get done, it could cost Dallas around $90 million per year for those 2 guys. If a time traveler told me the Cowboys were looking to pivot on Parsons, get multiple first-round picks and more to avoid paying 3 players upwards of $125 million a year, I would only be shocked that a time traveler was talking to me. Parsons could end up a very real candidate to leave the Cowboys after 2024, especially if the character flaws outweigh the price tag for the front office. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Ceedee Lamb? Leave your opinion in the comments.